What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay. Today I'm going to do a little comparison video between these two 50-watt amp heads because, quite honestly, I still have them here at the home studio temporarily, so I thought let's get a little more mileage out of them. And I thought it might be fun anyways, just to kind of see what some of the differences or similarities are between these two. Very different amplifiers. We've got the Mesa Rectifier Badlander 50-watt, and I'm putting it up against the PRS Archon 50-watt. The main differences between these two amplifiers, of course, are the power amp tubes. The Mesa's got EL34s in it, the Archon's got 6L6s, so obviously this isn't going to be an apples to apples comparison, but that's okay. It's very non-scientific. We're gonna check them out anyways. We're gonna be using the same guitar, we're gonna be using the same EQ curves in Logic, and I'm also running through my Tube Screamer, which I'll leave the settings on that the same as well. I'll try to dial in the two amps as closely as possible, just by sound, to see if I can kind of get them to sound like each other, and we'll just take it from there. I am running these both speakerless, so I'm using the same IRs in Logic Pro. I'll be using the same signal chain for all of the samples in the video, and I'll make sure to put up on screen which amplifier I'm using at any given moment, but I'm going to try to dial them in so that they kind of sound similar. Hopefully I can do that. We'll see what happens. Without further ado, let's get into some riffage. So there you go. That's kind of just a quick demo of the two. A couple of sound samples to give you a little taste of what these two amps sound like back to back. I will mention this though right now. The Mesa Boogie is nearly $1,000 more expensive than the PRS. So take it for what it's worth. Whenever I'm looking to purchase one of something, just want one good quality product, price does factor in, right? That's part of it. Obviously quality, the sonic character of the amplifiers, the build quality, things like that matter more importantly in the long run, but price is a factor. Maybe the PRS gets done just as well. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of these two amplifiers. Do they sound pretty much similar? Does one sound better than the other? What are your thoughts and opinions on this? I really want to hear from you guys. I had fun checking these both out, and they both sound great to me. I'm not somebody to really nitpick too much when I do comparisons like these. I just want to hear what they both sound like. And if it were up to me and price wasn't a factor, it's hard to say. They both sound really good, but for some reason I'm sort of veering more towards the Mesa. I find that the Mesa has a little bit more gain on tap just right out of the box without a boost pedal, where the PRS you kind of have to massage it a little bit more to get it to kind of push to the same degree, I guess, of gain. So I did find with the PRS that when you crank up the master knob, which is kind of the power amp stage, it does get a little woofy beyond like 1 or 2 o'clock. It's a little too much for my taste. It might work well for you or in different genres of music, but for me, I want to have enough fullness and headroom, but not really start to kind of woof out, which it began to do past like 3 o'clock for sure. So, keep that in mind. With the Mesa, I didn't find that as much. I found that the more you crank the volume and the gain, it just gave you more. It just sounded better and fuller. For my money, it's the Mesa if I had to choose one over the other, and I really do love both of these amplifiers. It just has what I need. It has the metal thing. The PRS does it too, but I feel like you need to tweak it a little bit more, and you have to be a little more sensitive to what you do with the knobs, because a little goes a long way. This one has a bright switch on it. The Mesa does not, but you get more than enough brightness with the treble and the presence controls. So, you know, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. They both sound good. They both do what they do very well. I would be happy to use either one of these in my live rig setup. And I'm still contemplating grabbing this Mesa, but you know, like I said, it's nearly $1,000 more expensive than the PRS. So that is a factor for me. Got to consider that. At the end of the day, money is, you know, finite. If you're in the market to get either one of these amplifiers or any other amplifier, get it all now before the tariffs hit. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. See ya!